Hello again, everybody. Farley here to do a quick contest entry. Um, I've been a little under the weather, but I'm starting to I feel a little bit better. And so I had told Mr. Miracle Comics I was going to try and do a contest entry for his video before I got sick. But anyway, the contest ends tonight, and so I wanted to go ahead and do an entry uh, while I'm kind of recuperating here at home. So basically, his contest, he wants you to name your 5 favorite comics pickups of the year. So before I do that, just would ask everybody to go subscribe to Mr. Miracle Comics. I'll leave a link to his channel in my in the description. But it's a newer channel for me. But so far, some really killer content. And I think he's over 100 subs. I think this was a 100 sub contest, but he's over that now. And some really cool people have entered the contest. So I thought if I want to be cool, I better enter. But it was really hard for me to narrow these down to 5 because this is the year I really got back into comics after, like a 20-year, almost 20-year break. Um, and so I've really jumped into it head first, collected a lot of different comics, a lot of different titles. Um, so narrowing this down to 5 was really difficult for me. But um, these right here, in no particular order, would be probably my top 5. Harrow County. This is an older title, but I just picked it up this year. But I love comic horror. You'll see from the first 2 titles. Cullen Bunn is one of my favorite writers. And so this right here was just a win-win situation. Sorry about the glare. Cullen Bunn, and this has got a great storyline. And so I was very stoked to pick this up. And I've read like the first 6, and I've got more coming. But this is a #1 variant. And so I was really stoked to pick this up. I love the cover. So, and then #2 is the Master Edition of Lock and Key Volume 1. Another great horror series. This time from IDW. But some really great artwork in here. And a really killer story. Sometimes it kind of went a little overboard with some of the keys. If the keys have, there's different keys in here that have different powers, and some were kind of goofy. But overall, just a great series. So I was sad to see this end this year, and I collected all the Master Editions, but #1 is my favorite. So, and then I'm kind of into the anti-hero kind of comic book. You'll see from the next 2. I got Judge Dredd, #1. This is the first American edition from Eagle Comics, and from '83 or '84. But I was stoked to pick up the #1 of it this year, and so that was really awesome. And then the Punisher. This is the comic book right here, Punisher #1. This is the Volume 2. The Volume 1 was the 5-part limited series in '85. And this is the '86 #1. And this is the comic book that got me started on collecting comics back when I was younger. I had read comics but never really collected. I went with a friend to the comic store, and I picked this up, and I was hooked. And then finally, Green Lantern. This is Green Lantern #1. This is the brand new run from this year that just started. But this was a sketch variant, blank sketch variant. And my buddy Andy Borders did this. I showed this off a couple months ago. What a fantastic job. Andy is a good friend and has written for comics before and done art. And so I was really stoked to get him to do my blank variant. And he did just a fantastic job. And just having some artwork from a friend who's talented and did such a fantastic job filling in the whole cover. This really blew my mind, and I really appreciate him taking the time. He could have just done a small sketch with something here, but he filled in the whole page and he didn't have to, and just did a wonderful job. And so I was really, really stoked to get that. I got a lot of honorable mentions. The Batman Who Laughs #1. The Killing Joke, my favorite graphic novel. I've got a lot of cool comics from a lot of good friends this year. And so I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. And I hope everybody has a great new year. And I'm looking forward to meeting new people like Mr. Miracle and supporting their pages. And yeah, the comic book community is cool. A lot of love in the community, just like the vinyl community. So hope everybody has a great New Year's. Be safe, and we will see you in 2019. Farley out.